What's going on, guys? How is it going? Today we are going through the 4-4-1-1 formation, showing you how to use this formation and what I believe to be the best custom tactics and instructions for this formation. So if you do enjoy the content, I'd much appreciate if you could drop a thumbs up, and you can also hit that subscribe button as well if you are enjoying the content. Also, if you're interested in our streams, we are streaming at the moment on YouTube, so do make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notifications bell to get notified when we do stream. So with that being said, we're going to go into the formation now. With this, we are using the 4-4-2, but trust me, we are going into the 4-4-1-1 formation. These are the tactics. Now, the 4-4-1-1 is one of my favorite formations for sure. You know, it's something that I've not necessarily had a lot of experience with in maybe the last week or so, but it's a formation that I've been used a lot this year, and it's very reliable, very easy to use. I feel like it's very organized. I don't think you really get caught out too much defensively. You can still create a lot of chances going forward. You know, link up play is very good in this formation because all your players are very close together, so it's very easy to link up your team. You find that attacking is very simple, it's very slick, you know, everybody moves, and paired with the tactics and instructions that we have today, it's a very good set of instructions and tactics. It works all very well, it blends very nicely together, and something I'm going to be taking into Weekend League this week. So in terms of the tactics, this is what I've settled on now. In terms of defensive style, I always like to play balanced. I'm not somebody that really likes to experience too much with playing on a press. Possibly press on heavy touch, because this formation is so organized. Press on heavy touch is definitely a way you can go. I typically tend to flip between balanced and pressure and heavy touch, but I ended up settling on the balanced. I just find it's a lot better for the way I like to play. In terms of width, I experimented a lot with the width. You know, I tried to go a little bit wider. I tried to go a little bit narrower. Now with your wide players, they do get involved in the play, depending, and we'll get into the instructions when we get to that section. But your wide players do get involved, and obviously having those left and right midfielders, you feel like your team is very compact, but you still have width. You know, you don't find that having width is an issue. So I tried playing really wide and see how that worked. I just think everything was maybe a little bit too far apart. I tried going super narrow, that doesn't work. So I ended up kind of settling on around about 6 for the defensive width. I found that was the best way to go. You know, you still don't get battered down in the wings, even though a lot of people like to play out on the wings. You know, you still have that good cover on the wings, having the fullback and the wingers. Depth-wise, in the end, I ended up kind of going standard around about the 5 depth mark. You know, I don't like to go super high with depth. You know, trying to get into the face of your opponent, but you do leave yourself to counter attacks, and obviously with the way a lot of people play in this game, a lot of people do play drop back. You know, come back on defense, all that yada. So having super high depth is not the way to go, but also not going too low as well, because it just makes it very difficult for you to get out yourself. So I find that 5 depth is the way to go. Now, when it comes to the offensive style, now like I've said, it's very easy, I find, that to create chances, especially with your 2 strikers. They link up really well. The midfielders make great runs beyond, and it's a lot. You'll find a lot of the time that your players make a lot of kind of like, it's difficult to describe. You know, they make a lot of great runs, left and right. They're all running in behind, and obviously defending in this game is so difficult. You can only defend 1 run at a time. So when you've got 4 or 5 players running all over the place, makes it really difficult for your opponents to pick up. Now, long ball is something that I do like to go with. It makes it very difficult for your opponents to kind of, deal with those long balls all the time. And even if they do run back and cover the balls, it means that you've then got space in front of the back 4 to be able to play. Fast build-up is something that really worked with this formation, I found. It's very compact defensively in the first place. A lot of people think, if you go fast build-up, it leaves you open to counters. And that does happen from time to time, as you've seen. But fast build-up works really well. You create a lot of opportunities. Everybody links really well together, and it was the best way to play. Possession doesn't quite work, a little bit too slow. The formation is not the most attacking formation, kind of with the base setup of players. So fast build-up worked perfectly. In the offensive width, I'd like to go a little bit wider in the offense. Defensively, we're going around 6. Offensively, I settled on around about the 7 mark. I like to have that width in my team. I still managed to keep my 2 wingers wide, but they still managed to cut inside, because the instructions that we've got set that we'll get onto, they do get inside and make a lot of good plays for us. Players in the box, I typically tend to keep that on around about 5 or 6. Again, the instructions will kind of take care of where the players in the box get to. And then the corners and the free kicks, I went 3 on the corners and 1 on the free kicks. I tend to shoot from free kicks, I'm pretty good at them. And corners, you know, a lot of people maybe worry about having 3 on corners and maybe want to have just 1 on corners so they don't get counter-attacked. If you feel like maybe you're not as good defensively, you can't deal with those situations, I'd recommend going on 1. If you feel like, you know, you want to have a few players, you know, in that attacking third and you don't mind getting countered because you can deal with it, definitely recommend going on 3. Instruction wise, now when it comes to the instructions, I had the whole back 4 and stay back while attacking and overlap. You know, this is a very good formation in terms of organization. Everybody really keeps their position very, very nicely, and part of that when it comes to the back 4 is the fact that we have them on stay back while attacking. We have, you know, a good front 6. We have plenty of players at the top end of the pitch. You know, the midfielders get back and defend when they need to. The fullbacks obviously naturally come back and defend a little bit as well. So we have, you know, a good solid foundation, and the back 4 is kind of real paramount to that. They make a lot of good interceptions, good saves. It makes it difficult for your opponent to get in behind because your fullbacks are always there. So you know, their wingers are never exposed. You know, your fullbacks are never exposed. So it makes it very, very easy to defend. In terms of the 2 midfielders, now we've got Petit and Icardi as our midfielders. Now Petit being a little bit more defensive, I've got him on stay back while attacking, stay on edge of the box and cover centre, of course. You know, I just want, you know, it's nice to have one player a little bit more defensive than the other. You know, have one player kind of go back, the other one goes forwards, and when the other one goes forwards, the other one comes back. So it's nice that you've got that balance. Petit's on stay back while attacking and stay on the edge of the box. We don't want too many players getting into the box. And then Icardi, we got Icardi on balance. I don't want to have him on get forwards because I don't want him to go, you know, too gung-ho. I do want to kind of keep that shape in our team, that organisation, as we said. But get into the box, want him to get into the box, make those late runs into the box, and he'll get involved and score some goals. You know, he's going to get linked. He's going to link up with the front players. He's going to link up with the wide players, and he's going to make those darting runs in behind the centre backs every now and again, which is real key because, you know, you don't want to have to rely on the same players all the time. It's nice to have good midfield runners running in, getting involved, and scoring goals. The 2 wingers, Hulk and Correa, we had them on cut inside, getting behind, getting to the box. Obviously, the best instructions, in my opinion, especially cut inside. You know, we've already got plenty of width in our team, so we want cut inside. We want those guys to get involved in the play. You know, we did try and experiment with them on balanced width and stay wide. The problem when you play them on stay wide or even balanced width, they sometimes do kind of get stuck out on the wing and they don't get involved in the play at all. But cut inside means that even though we've got plenty of players kind of narrow, you know, with Cardi, with Petit, with Cunha, we know we've got plenty of players in the middle of the pitch. We still want in the attacking third those players to get involved in the play, and having cut inside definitely makes them do that. And then when it comes to Cunha and Crespo, we've got them on the exact same, you know, the centre forward, which we've got Cunha, who I absolutely love, by the way. I think he's phenomenal. If you haven't got him, definitely recommend getting him. Stay central, get him behind. We don't need them to drift wide because, like I say, we've already got plenty of width in this team. And then Crespo, want him on stay central and get him behind as well. Guy's an absolute monster when it comes to finishing. Always in the right position, and you don't want your strikers drifting out wide. They link up so well, these 2 as well. These 2 strikers, you know, sometimes, you know, when you're defending, this formation almost becomes a 4-4-2, but these 2 are real paramount. You know, they're probably the most important players in your team. The way they link up is so important and will dictate whether you score a lot of goals. If you can get these 2 linking up really well, they shouldn't be too far apart from each other. You know, especially with these instructions, I found that they linked up incredibly well. They were always able to find each other. They work off each other. One drops in, one goes behind. And it's just a very, very good combination, and made this formation super, super effective. So that is a good detailed look at this 4-4-1-1 formation. One of my favourite formations for sure. A very underused formation, something that whenever I get the opportunity to play with this formation in draft, I find it's very, very effective and does a fantastic job. Something I'm going to take into weekend league this week. So if you do want to go and try it out with these instructions. Let me know how it goes for you. And if you do want to see any more formation vids, make sure you let us know in the comment section. Make sure you drop a thumbs up if you found the content useful. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our content moving forward or any of our streams. On Friday, we're going to be doing a massive 350 pack opening. So make sure you do come and check us out for that. But that is all for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'm out.